Hey guys, this is your boy Markcoos and welcome back to Markcoos' Raid at Arsenal, episode number 11. As you can see, road to Wembley, Champions League night tonight. So after the last match, losing the unbeaten streak, a bit disappointed, but anyway, getting into it, Arsenal versus Inter Milan at the Emirates Stadium. This was quite a difficult game actually, to be fair, considering that Inter Milan aren't as good as they used to be, but they're still a pretty good squad. Like, they still have the likes of Milito and Schneider, and even in goal they have Samir Handanovic now, I think. Yes, he's an absolute beast. But as you can see, Javier Zanetti's captain for Inter, but look at that, Jack Wilshere, captain for Arsenal, and you'll be like, people will be like, why are you playing Jack Wilshere as captain? Well, Jack Wilshere, in my opinion, is future England and Arsenal captain. Now, people may not agree with me, but he just sort of is like English football. Like, he's got the spirit, all that crap, and all the pride and all that rubbish. So I'm giving it to him now. I may or may not give it back to Vermaelen. It all depends. Like, but I'm sure there's something to do with the captain's armband, because once I gave it to him, he's actually like his performances haven't improved, but he's just rapidly gone up from being like an 88 in centre midfield to being like, no, from like 84 in centre midfield being like an 88 in centre midfield. It's insane. Anyway, he played quite a strong team. The Hurtfeld and Jenkinson were really the only two players who are out of depth, or sort of, as well as cleverly. But the front three of Walcott, Giroud and Podolski, of course, has always played. And yeah, Inter played Handanovic in goal. They have Schneider, Milito, Mariga, Cambiasso, Alvaro Pereira. I mean, they've got a pretty good team like Nagatomo and the like. But we kick off, of course, as it is at the Emirates. But great through ball to Podolski. Podolski through to Giroud. Giroud through on goal, takes a shot. Handanovic saves it, comes out to Podolski, and Podolski pops it in. Now, Podolski, he is absolutely beast. 12 minutes on the clock, and he's already scored. I mean, Podolski, his shot's just so goddamn powerful. But yeah, in the 14th minute of the match, get the ball with Royce. Royce takes a shot, quite a pot shot. Handanovic saves it, goes up for a corner kick. Now from the resulting corner, cleverly takes it, hits it into the box, can't get really onto it. Podolski ends up heading it back to Olivier Giroud, and Giroud pops it in the back of the net. Runs through a player, and 18 minutes on the clock, does the dance, 2-0 up. I mean, at the current moment, we were absolutely destroying Inter Milan. Of all teams to destroy, I mean, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I mean, it was quite a good finish from Olivier Giroud, nice volley. But 20 minutes on the clock, great through ball down the left hand side to Podolski. Podolski chips it through to Marco Reus. Reus takes one touch before just finessing it across Handanovic and into the bottom corner. So 3-0 up, 21 minutes on the clock. That is pretty good. I mean, that's some good attacking play. I mean, I went out there with the incentive to just attack, and it worked, sort of. I mean, we're winning 3-0 at half time. So at half time, we only had 4 shots on target. Everyone had one extra shot on target, or 1 shot on target. So, I mean, I do deserve to be ahead, so that you can sort of see. But in the 53rd minute, I think cleverly ends up giving it away. The Hurtfeld, I don't think he really defends properly. Somehow Milito just ends up running past Chesney, who just dives to the floor really quickly. And Milito pops in the back of the net in the 53rd minute. I'm like, okay, this may or may not make the game a bit more difficult. I mean, of course, well, a goal is always going to change everything, but it was quite good first. Dribble and control from Milito, but it didn't really matter because the final score is 3-1 anyway. So 3-1 final score at the Emirates Stadium. We had 13 shots on target. They had another 3 more shots from half time. That is pretty poor. I didn't really show any of the highlights because the highlights are just shots. I mean, what the hell's the point? But Marco Reus gets man of the match. And other results: Man United drew with Barca. Malaga got beat by Man City. Real Madrid got beat by Chelsea. That's quite a big match. And I think Juventus beat Tottenham. I mean, Jesus Christ, Tottenham are just, to be fair, they're pretty good in real life. Like, I'm not gonna take that away from them. They're pretty good in real life, but in games, they really don't like portray themselves properly in games. I think it's because the Gareth Bale's never really too overpowered, considering that he is like one of the best left wingers in the world. I'm not going to say anything against that. But into the next match anyway, Arsenal versus Aston Villa. We played more or less our strongest team, other than Ramsey and Shaw. It was like the strongest team possible we had. And Aston Villa played like a team full of majority of the players. But I know of them, but they're not the best players. We have Vlar, Dunn, Bannon, Holman, Agbonlahor. I think Stephen Ireland may or may not have started, but we kick off. 43rd minute on the clock. Royce on the ball. Royce ends up playing a great through ball through to Olivier Giroud. Giroud through on goal, pops in back in net because that's how Giroud is. Once he's through on goal, he will. There's about a 95% chance he will get the shot on target, and 85% chance that it will go in. I mean, like that's how good his stats are. But yeah, at halftime it's 1-0, and like this game was so dull and boring. I mean, everyone had 3 shots. There's only been 3 shots on target from 10 attempts. I mean, that is poor football. But in the 50th minute, I end up sliding in with Koscielny because I don't know who it is, but someone was about to take a shot. I think it's Vyman, and I thought he was going to just take the shot, but I slid in with Koscielny thinking, yeah, he's going to take the shot and block it, but he ends up just taking a touch. And I take him out with Koscielny, so Holman take the penalty. Holman, 51st minute of the match, and he sends Szczesny the wrong way. So Szczesny not really doing a good job of saving those penalties. I usually do better saving penalties, but yeah, 1-0 after 51 minutes, I'm like, fair enough. I mean, that's fair. But in the 57th minute, I was like, I don't really deserve to be 1-0 down, but not 1-0 down, be 1-0. But I end up testing Gibbons' goal a bit. They eventually clear it. 68th minute, Arteta with a free kick from the edge of the box. Now look at this for a free kick, okay? It doesn't look like it's going in the top corner, but look at that from the replay. I mean, Jesus Christ, what a save from Shay Gibbons. But in the last minutes of the match, Bowery runs down the left-hand side. Shaw stops him, passes it back, and whoever's the right back crosses it in, and Stephen Ireland, of all people, heads into the back of the net. Now, I was sitting here and I was just like, what the hell? I mean, I know that maybe Aston Villa play like a lot of counter-attacking football, but for Stephen Ireland to score a header against me, what is going on in the world of football? But in the 90th minute, basically from the kick, I ran forward, kept running, and Agbonlahor eventually gives away a corner kick. Now, I'm full out attack, so Szczesny is up there for the corner kick, big 6'5" frame or whatever he is, and look at that for a header from the goalkeeper, and Wojciech Szczesny has scored his first goal of the season in the last minute against Aston Villa. Of all people to score, the equaliser, it's Wojciech Szczesny. So Szczesny scores, and I was like really surprised. I was really happy that he scored. I kept like replaying it, watching it over and over again. I mean, look at that for a header, great header from a goalkeeper. But then they kick off, the game ends 2-2, and yeah, I mean, we had 5 more shots on target. No, 5 more shots on target from half time. They only had 3 shots on target the whole game. They got a bit more possession and all that sort of stuff, but like, man of the match was Markcoos because of course he assisted the goal. But I mean, the game was absolutely dire. But as you can see, the next game against Stoke, look at my goalkeepers. Adler, poor form. Szczesny, poor form. And I'm like, oh, I'll go and play Fabianski. Oh, look at that, he's poor form as well. Jesus Christ, this is going to be a difficult game because of 3 poor form informed keepers, but it doesn't really matter. But then, if you think about it, I never show you the table, so I'll show you the table at the end of the episode because it makes it easier, because then I can sort of say like how many wins I got out of the episode. I mean, I think there's 4 games in this episode, 3 Premier League matches and 1 Champions League match, the Inter one. So drawn 1 match, so that's 1 point. I think Man City beat whoever they were playing, but I mean, Stoke versus Arsenal, so it's going to be a difficult game. I did play Aaron Ramsey because I want to get him better than he is. He's only like a 79 at the current moment. I mean, he deserves to be like an 85 in my opinion, my personal opinion. So Aaron Ramsey's coming back to the Britannia Stadium where he broke his leg, and he has the best game of his life, like best game under me anyway. I mean, 19th minute on the clock, Arteta plays a great through ball through to Olivier Giroud. Giroud through on goal, and look at that for finish into the top corner. Finesses it with his left foot, goes out to celebrate, and I'm just like, not bad. I mean, like, Ramsey's in the background. I mean, Giroud's just like pointing and running about, and like, I'm clapping. I'm just clapping. I'm loving it. I mean, look at this for a finish. You'll see how good this finish was. I mean, just look at that. Look at the curve on the ball just past Begovic. But in the 22nd minute, with the bad goalkeeper, Szczesny actually did pretty good, to be fair. It ends up Koscielny stops it on the line and runs through the goal. What's going on? But then in the 35th minute, look at that 4 hit from Aaron Ramsey. Now you'll see you'll see 2 replays of this, because this thing was just too good. It was just the best shot I've ever taken with a player, like ever. Yeah, ever. I mean, look at this. I mean, look at that. I chip it up for him, and look at that for a finish. Okay, it doesn't really do justice. The replay doesn't really do it justice. So I get another one. Oh, look at this! Look at that! Oh my God, best goal of the season. There it is, Aaron Ramsey. So at halftime it's 2-0, and I've had four shots on target. I've had 6 shots on target. So they've really tested Szczesny, and even though he's in poor form, he's not conceded yet. And that's pretty good. So like roughly after halftime, I take off Walcott and bring on Tom Cleverley. And yeah, I mean, Cleverley does a pretty good job, to be fair, but in the 73rd minute, they end up just hitting it down the left-hand side. Etherington comes inside, crosses it in, and Jermaine Pennant, former Arsenal player, heads it into the back of the net past Szczesny, and Stoke score a goal back. And I was like, fair enough. I mean, they did deserve one after the halftime stats, but it doesn't really matter because the final score 2-1 to Arsenal at the Britannia, a place where majority of teams go and they usually lose. So I mean, we had 3 less shots on target than them. I mean, did we deserve to win? I really don't think we did. I think maybe a draw was maybe the best result. But as you see, Aaron Ramsey gets man of the match. He did deserve it. He played an absolutely amazing game, got to be fair. As you can see, Arshavin has finalised his move to PSG because I didn't renew his contract. And I'm not really bothered with that considering I've not actually been playing him often, so that doesn't really matter. But into the final game of this episode, Arsenal versus Southampton, Premier League match. So the Premier League season's more or less coming to a natural end. I mean, there's only like 5, roughly there's about 5 more episodes left of this before it goes into the summer. I'll just give a guess. I don't actually know. But yeah, as you see, we're playing their strongest team possible: Walcott, Podolski, Arteta, Wilshere, Royce. And Southampton played with Boric in goal, Schneiderlin. I mean, like Lee up front, Stephen Davis, Lallana, Gaston Ramirez. I mean, this was going to be an easy game. Like, no offense to Southampton, but they're not a difficult side to face. But in the 12th minute of the match, through to Olivier Giroud. Giroud through on goal, like I say, several times. When he's through on goal, I mean, it's always a finish majority of the time. Look at that, 4 finish from Olivier Giroud. But then in the 34th minute, again, Giroud on the ball. And look at that, 4 strike from Olivier Giroud. It's like 35 yards, maybe even 40 yards out. I mean, look at that. It's insane. Just takes a really heavy first touch. Just goes, boom, take it. I mean, I'll show you another replay. I mean, look at this. Jesus Christ, boom. Oh, what a shot. What a shot. But yeah, 2-0. So, sorry for the cough. I had 5 shots on target, so I mean, I do deserve to be ahead. I mean, they've even dominated me on possession. I mean, what the hell's going on there? But Podolski gets the ball here, plays a great through ball through to Theo Walcott. He initiated the run, he wanted the run, so Theo Walcott through on goal, and look at that for a finish. Cool and calm from Theo Walcott. And 3-0 to Arsenal after roughly 60 minutes. I'll give a guess. It's 60 minutes. So yeah, and then this was really funny. They kick off, and I'm like, right, fair enough. But their centre back is really heavy touch. Giroud's through on goal, and when Giroud's through on goal, he pops in back in net. So he scores his hat trick. Olivier Giroud scores possibly the simplest of his goals. But then again, 69th minute. I was going for the chip. And look at that, off the bar, because I want to score a chip with Olivier Giroud because he's not scored one yet. So yeah, final score 4-0. They didn't have a shot on target, 10 shots on target from me, and I think Giroud gets man of the match because he scored a hat trick, so that's fair enough. Now, other results, I mean, QPR got beat by Fulham, Chelsea drew with West Ham, Man United beat Norwich, and I think Man City beat Reading they beat Swansea 3-1, but Man City have been like winning every game, but as you see, still top of the table by 2 points, and Chelsea are 6 points behind me. So if you have enjoyed this episode of Markcoos' reign at Arsenal, subscribe to my channel for more.